grew up in Indiana, played with the franchise, of course a part of the franchise when we won the WNBA championship.
Nobody said a word about Christy Sides. Nobody. When she got fired.
I'm just really thankful for everyone at home. You guys have supported me since the very first time I stepped on a basketball court. And
the Indiana Fever just pulled off the biggest coaching steal in WNBA history. Stephanie White, the reigning coach of the year, is coming back home to Indiana. But that's not even the craziest part. You know what's insane? The players' reactions. When Sides left, crickets. But now, it's like a party on social media. Clark, Boston, Mitchell, they're all buzzing. Something big is brewing in Indiana, and I've got the inside scoop on what White's planning to turn this team into a powerhouse. Let's talk about the Indiana Fever's defense last season. You won't believe how bad it was. We're talking about a team that let opponents score 85.3 points per game. That's like leaving the door wide open and saying, come on in, score all you want. It was a disaster. Picture this. Every game, it's like the Fever were playing in slow motion. Opponents were scoring at will, making nearly 48% of their shots. That's not just bad, that's embarrassing. Players looked lost on the court, like they were trying to solve a puzzle while the other team was running circles around them. But here's where it gets crazy. The Fever had talent. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, these are stars. So what was going wrong? It's like having a Ferrari but not knowing how to drive it. The potential was there, but something was off. Turns out the problem wasn't just on the court. Let's peek behind the scenes.
But I'm proud of the growth of the Indiana Fever. Excited, about the future of the Indiana Fever.
Yes, we are. We're definitely in a position, and I would think that if you are a smart basketball player and you watch the way she plays, you would want to play with her.
people to know that Aaliyah Boston is a kind-hearted soul who loves God, loves her family, loves to hoop.
Players were frustrated. One of them said it felt like they were watching a high school coach try to manage a WNBA game. Can you imagine that? You're a pro player, giving it your all, but the game plan just isn't working. It's like trying to build a house with a butter knife. The locker room was tense. Players felt like their talents were being wasted. It's like having a team of chefs and asking them to make sandwiches. The disconnect between the coaching staff and the team was real, and it showed on the court. Remember that playoff game against the Connecticut Sun? The Fever's defense fell apart. It was painful to watch. Fans were getting restless, and can you blame them? The pressure was building like a shaken soda can ready to explode. You know what's even crazier? This wasn't just about losing games. Christy Sides got fired, and it wasn't just because of the record. Her coaching style lacked depth, especially when it came to defense. It's like she was playing checkers while other coaches were playing chess. Lexi Hull, one of the Fever's guards, said they were disappointed when Sides left, but she also admitted they needed a change. That's huge. When your own players are saying, yeah, we need something different. You know things are bad. Things were looking bleak for the Fever, but a big change was coming. You won't see this twist coming. It's like the basketball gods decided to throw Indiana a lifeline. And trust me, what happened next is going to blow your mind. Hold up, did you catch that plot twist? The Fever just pulled off the coaching move of the century.
A new general manager in the door, and now a new head coach in the door as Christy Sides was shown the door.
Well, first and foremost, it's home. I mean, this is a franchise in the Indiana Fever, Indiana Pacers that's in my DNA.
It's made a big sacrifice, allowing my sister and I to move away from home at the age of 12 and 14. And so to be able to see their hard work pay off, it's just a blessing.
Stephanie White is back in Indiana, and she's got a plan that's about to turn this team's defense upside down. You think you know what's coming, but trust me, White's strategy is going to blow your mind. Let's talk about Stephanie White for a second. This woman isn't just any coach. She's got Indiana basketball flowing through her veins. White grew up in Indiana, played in Indiana, and even won a WNBA championship with the Fever. It's like she never really left, you know? But here's the kicker. White's been crushing it with the Connecticut Sun. She just snagged Coach of the Year, and now she's coming back home. It's like the basketball gods decided to give Indiana a gift. Imagine this, a coach who knows your team inside and out before she even steps foot in the building. That's White. She's not just familiar with the Fever, she's part of their DNA. It's like she's got a cheat code for success in Indiana. Now, let's talk about the players' reactions. Remember how quiet everyone was when Sides left? Well, it's a whole different story now. The energy has shifted and it's electric. You won't believe what happened when White's hiring was announced. Caitlin Clark, the rookie sensation, was one of the first to react. She didn't just like the announcement, she was practically jumping for joy on social media. It's like Clark knew something big was about to happen. You know what's even crazier? White's been watching Clark play since she was in 8th grade. Can you imagine that? She told Clark, "I've been watching you play since you were an 8th grader. I just can't wait."
You've got now an organization that has gone from one of the most incompetent organizations in all of basketball to probably the premier organization.
Huge overhaul of the organization as they move into the big time. A new team president in the door.
Pick in the 2023 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select Aaliyah Boston.
You're a student of the game. You love the game of basketball. That's not just a coach talking. That's a fan, a mentor, and a strategist all rolled into one. But White's not just focused on Clark. She's got her eyes on the whole team. She called Clark a generational player, but she also praised Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell. It's like she's already putting the pieces together in her head, figuring out how to make this team unstoppable. You think that's impressive? Wait till you hear about White's plan for the Fever's defense. She's not just looking to patch up the holes, she's planning a complete overhaul. With her experience and the talent on this team, the Fever might just go from defensive disaster to defensive dynamo. The rest of the WNBA better watch out, because Stephanie White and the Indiana Fever are coming for the crown.
For myself, coming in, right off my college season and then coming right to the WNBA, having that reset has been something that I probably haven't had in a year.
I mean, I'm just really happy for this organization, obviously. I mean, look at these fans, they're incredible. So if it wasn't for them, I don't know if we'd be here. I mean, I'm just really happy for this organization, obviously. I mean, look at these fans, they're incredible. So if it wasn't for them, I don't know if we'd be here.
All right, let's wrap this up. You know what's crazy? The Fever aren't just getting a coach, they're getting a game changer. Stephanie White isn't here to play it safe. She's here to win, and she's got the tools to do it. Imagine this, a team packed with young stars like Clark and Boston, a brilliant coach who knows Indiana inside out, and a hunger to win that's off the charts. It's like the perfect storm of talent, experience, and motivation. The rest of the WNBA better watch out, because the Fever are coming in hot. You think last season was rough? Just wait. With White at the helm, this team is about to flip the script. We're talking about going from defensive disaster to defensive powerhouse.
This is the moment that we've been waiting for. So I don't know if you prepare for it as much as you just embrace it, embrace where we are.
A lot of my games all throughout college, and I just think she has a really great basketball mind. I think she's done a great job calling college games. It's been great to see her on NBA games.
From struggling to make plays to running circles around the competition, it's gonna be insane. And here's the kicker, the players are all in. They're not just excited, they're ready to go to war for White. That's the kind of energy that turns good teams into great ones. The Fever aren't just aiming for the playoffs anymore. They're eyeing that championship, and with White's plan, they might just get it.